bunnies, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? Okay, my loves, we are going to do another fun tutorial for the Halloween series for 2019. I'm going to show you guys how I created this really fun embellishment that we're going to use in a goodie bag. So what I did was I kind of prepared this embellishment, and what we're going to do is on the next video we're going to add this to a goodie bag that we're going to create. So this is very simple. I just used some feathers, some buttons, some gems or pearls, some really fun paper, and then basically that's all I did. Okay, I did not really do much of anything. So let me show you what paper pad we're going to be using. Now, you guys watched my first video for the Halloween series. I told you guys that I'm using this Tim Holtz Halloween paper for my tags that I created for the series. I have tons of paper left over from this pad, so I decided to kind of use it and create this embellishment. Okay, what I did here is very simple, guys. You don't have to measure. This doesn't have to be perfectly measured. This could be exactly how you want it and exactly the size that you prefer. All I did was I cut out a square from these leftover papers, as you can see here, and I also cut out a smaller square so that I can layer these squares on top of each other. That's all I did. I'm going to create two embellishments with you guys so you can see how simple it is. I already picked out my two squares that are a little bit bigger, and I'm going to pick out my smaller square right now. Okay, these are the ones that are going to go in front of the embellishment. Now, what I am also using is this paper that I bought last year for Halloween. I absolutely am in love with this paper. What I did was I cut out some of these images to kind of add them to the project that we're doing right now. And I'm gonna name the paper, this paper at the bottom of the video in case you guys want to order it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I so recommend for all my crafty friends to order this paper if you can't. It is just beautiful. I will link it at the bottom of the video with the name of this paper. Okay, so there are so many little images in this paper. So what I decided to do is just cut out my little images. As you can see here, I just fuzzy cut them out in little squares. That's all I did. And what I did was I made sure that my smaller square is bigger than my little image so I can layer them together. Okay? Beautiful. Let's put this together, my loves. So on the bigger square, we're going to add some beautiful feathers that I bought at the Dollar Tree. These are orange and black feathers. Doesn't have to be these colors, but because it's Halloween, I figure why not, right? So the feathers, you can find them at the Dollar Tree, or you can find them at Michael's. Any craft stores sells feathers. Okay, I have here a little piece of orange feather, and I also chopped off a little piece of black feather. What I'm going to do with these two feathers is I'm going to layer them on top of each other, and I'm going to add this right to the corner of my little square. So what I did here is I just added some hot glue to the corner of my square, and I just basically layered down my feathers. That's all I did. Okay, now if you need to adjust your feathers, you can always add a little bit of hot glue in the back so they can, you know, stay down if you want, or if you want them all crazy like mine, that's also fine. So these two already have feathers. What we're going to do is, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to layer our little square. Before we do that, let's layer a little image on top of our square. Okay, so here's the little square that we have. I'm going to find the image that I want to use. I'm probably going to use this image on this square. And let's use this one on this square. And I'll do these later. I'm going to add some double-sided tape to my little images because I want them to kind of look like they're popping up. So I'm going to add some double-sided tape, foam tape, to my little square on the back. And we're going to add the little image right in front of the square that is the smallest, just like so. See? And that's what you're going to get. Very nice. Okay. What's the next step? So what I did here, I give it a little bit of a twist. What I was thinking of doing is I'm going to add this to a goodie bag. And basically what this is going to be is going to kind of be like the closure to the goodie bag. So what I did here is I made myself a nice little long strip that is also part of the paper pad that is different design. And all I did was I just cut them out into strips, and I'm going to add this to my goodie bag. I'm going to add the smaller square right into the corner of this little strip, just like so. Okay, that's basically all I'm doing. Is I'm going to add this little strip, this little square right on top of my strip. Okay, so let's do that now. So here I have my two strips. Okay, and I'm going to add some double-sided tape to the back of this as well with some foam. And I'm going to add this to the corner of my strip. Again, I didn't measure, okay, this strip. I just kind of eyeballed it, and I'm hoping to God that tomorrow when we do the other tutorial for the goodie bags, that it will be long enough. So my suggestion is, if you have a goodie bag that you want to add these to, make sure that your strip is long enough that's going to go around the goodie bag. Okay, I'm kind of taking a risk right now, but my goodie bag is kind of small, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to be okay to wrap it around the goodie bag. Okay, we're going to add this to the, again, right in the corner of the strip, and you're basically going to get something like this. Okay, see, something with a little strip like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this little strip onto the bigger square that we have here with our feathers. Okay, this square is going to go right over here. We are also going to add some double-sided tape to this with the foam. And that is because we want our feathers to be moving around. If we add this directly to the back of the paper, it's not going to give the feathers much room to move around. And so I kind of want my feathers to move around a little. If you don't want your feathers to move around, then you can basically just not add the double-sided tape foam and just add hot glue directly to the page, to the square. Okay, so let's do this one also. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back of my foam. Just giving myself a little bit of stability and making sure that it's not going to go anywhere, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. Add a little bit of hot glue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this right over my feathers that's going to cover it. And you're going to get something that looks like this, guys. See that? How cute that looks? Let's do the same thing with this one. Okay, and you should get something that looks like this, guys. You see that? How adorable is that? You got your little strip over here, and then you got your little embellishment there. Okay, so let's finish the embellishment because we're still going to add. Now this little orange feather is being a little bit stubborn, so I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue right here, and I'm going to basically add him on this side so he can kind of stay there. See, he was being a little bit stubborn and going over this way. So that's basically how I want my feathers to kind of look. Okay, beautiful. We're done with this project. The last thing we're gonna do is we're going to add some buttons over here. We're going to add a happy Halloween little sign over here, and we're done. So let's do that. I have here these orange buttons, and what I did with these orange buttons is I added these black pearls that I had from years ago. I bought these at Michael's, and all I did was I added the bigger black pearl onto the middle of my orange button. And what I'm going to do with this button is I'm going to add it to the corner of my little embellishment right there. Okay, let's do that. And I need one more for this one. So take your button and I'm going to add my little black pearl. I'm going to add the pearl right in the center of the orange button. You see that? How that looks? And then I'm going to add this button onto the corner right here. And there you have it. Beautiful. Okay, we're done. The only thing that we're going to do is we're going to add Happy Halloween right here, which I have them already fuzzy cut it out. As you can see here, these both say Happy Halloween. I got this from the paper pad that came with the 12 by 12 from, I believe it's from Michael's, and all it said was Happy Halloween on it. So what I did was I just fuzzy cut the Happy Halloween and I made it into a little banner. What we're going to do is we're going to add this little banner right into the corner of our little embellishment right here. Okay, so I'm going to add some hot glue, but you can also add double-sided tape if you want. And I'm just going to basically put this right in this corner right over here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And guess what, guys? We are done. There you go. We're done. That's it, my loves. And we are done with this project. That is all we're going to do for today. Okay, so that is how we are going to create this wonderful, adorable, vintagey looking embellishment. Now, what we're going to be doing on our next project is we're going to add these to a goodie bag. All right, babies? So stay tuned to see what we're going to do with these adorable embellishments. I hope that you guys have fun watching me make this, and make sure you stay tuned for the second part to this video. I love you all. Have a fantastic weekend. Please be safe, and I will see you soon, honeys.